Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the structure of skeletal muscles. As I told you in my last video that the skeletal muscles, these are also known as limb muscles because these are present in our forelimbs and hind limbs. These are also known as striated muscles, or these are the voluntary muscles because they can do the work according to our will. And in these muscles, light band and dark bands are present, so they are known as striated muscle. Suppose I am drawing the diagram of one muscle cell. So there is the different term, especially in case of cytoplasm and in case of plasma membrane. So if generally we are drawing the diagram of animal cell, so in the center nucleus is there and that is the cytoplasm. So we are writing it cytoplasm. But in case of muscle cells, the cytoplasm, that is sarcoplasm. Means sarco word is related to these muscles. Then this is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, or we can say plasma lemma. Plasma lemma. And here this plasma membrane known as sarcolemma. So I think you understood in case of muscle cell what is different. Cytoplasm of muscle cell, sarcoplasm. The plasma membrane of muscle cell, that is sarcolemma. And endoplasmic reticulum of muscle cells, like here in the nucleus, some tube-like structures show the continuation with it, and these are the endoplasmic reticulum. And if these are endoplasmic reticulum bear the ribosomes on them, then these are known as RER. And if these are not present, then SER. So in case of muscle cell, the endoplasmic reticulum present in muscle cell, that is sarcoplasmic reticulum. So that is the new thing to understand about the structure of skeletal muscles. Now let us discuss the structure of skeletal muscles. So now the structure of skeletal muscles. So skeletal muscles, these are attached to the bones, so that they are known as the skeletal muscles. So अगर आपने स्केलेटल मसल्स को समझना है तो आप एक मानो कि एक बॉक्स है, उसके अंदर एक बॉक्स है, उसके अंदर एक और बॉक्स है, तो इस तरीके से आप समझ सकते हो. तो अगर हम स्केलेटल मसल्स का इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर देखेंगे, सो इफ दैट इज स्केलेटल मसल्स, इफ वी आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग इट एज एन ऑर्गन, तो इस ऑर्गन के अंदर क्या होंगे? टिश्यू होंगे, और इस टिश्यू के अंदर क्या होंगी? सेल्स होंगी. तो लास्ट में फाइनली हमने मसल सेल्स के बारे में बात करनी है, एंड मसल सेल्स आर नोन एज द मसल फाइबर और मसल सेल. सो दिस स्केलेटल muscle, that is made up of longitudinal fibers, and these longitudinal fibers are known as the muscles bundle or the fascicles. जैसे आप ये देख रहे हो, इसमें long tubule like structures जिनको हम बोलेंगे muscles bundles और the fascicles. और ये muscles bundles एक collagenous connective tissue sheath से cover होंगे, और उस connective tissue शीथ को हम बोलेंगे फैसिया. सो व्हाट इज फेसिकल? दीज मसल्स बंडल, और जिस कनेक्टिव टिश्यू शीथ से ये कवर होंगे उसको हम बोलेंगे फैसिया. जो ये कनेक्टिव टिश्यू फैसिया है ये इनको क्या करेगी, कनेक्ट करेगी। और इन मसल्स बंडल के अंदर लॉन्गिट्यूडनली पैरेलल फाइबर्स होंगे जिनको हम बोलेंगे मसल फाइबर और मसल सेल। मसल सेल को हम मसल फाइबर इसलिए बोल रहे हैं बिकॉज मसल सेल्स आर द लॉन्ग सेल्स, so we are calling it the muscle fiber. So let's revise. The skeletal muscles have the longitudinal bundle-like structure known as muscle bundle, and these are known as fascicle, and these are connected by a connective tissue sheath, that is the fascia. And inside these muscles bundles different muscles fibers are present, and these muscles fibers are known as the muscle cell. Suppose I have taken one muscle cell, one skeletal muscle cell. So the plasma membrane of this muscle cell, that is sarcolemma, and the cytoplasm of this muscle cell, sarcoplasm. So I think you understood. And in these muscles, what is the special thing? These are the long, cylindrical in shape and multinucleated condition. Multinucleated means more than one nucleus in one cell. That is the multinucleated condition. It is also known as the syncytium condition. Syncytium condition means more than one nucleus in one cell. So in skeletal muscles there are more than one nucleus in a single cell. So syncytium condition is there, and the endoplasmic reticulum of the muscles fiber, that is sarcoplasmic reticulum, and that is the storehouse of the calcium ion. I told you that the skeletal muscles, these are the voluntary muscles. They do the work according to our will, but they require the calcium ion for their contraction. So the stimulus from the calcium ion, that is required for these skeletal muscles. Now these muscles fibers have the some longitudinal structure, and those structures means those dark bands and the light bands, fibrils. The fibrils are there, and those fibrils are known as myofibrils. Like if this is the diagram, so here the myofibrils are present, and these myofibrils are of two types, the actin and the myosin. We will discuss the structure of actin and myosin also. So these, when you see the structure of the skeletal muscle, so muscle fiber, then there is the dark band and the light bands are there, and due to this dark band and light bands, these are known as the striated muscles. So this dark band and light bands are present. So these dark band represent the myosin protein, and also known as anisotropic band. Anisotropic band. And the light band, in the light band the actin protein is there, and this is also known as isotropic band. So both these actin and myosin protein, they run parallel to the longitudinal axis of myofibrils. So I think you understood the detailed structure of skeletal muscles. So what is there in the skeletal muscles? The isotropic and anisotropic bands are there, and before that these skeletal muscles that having the muscles bundle known as the fascicles, and these muscles bundles are joined by a connective sheath known as fascia, and in these muscles bundle there are the different fibers known as the muscles fiber or the muscle cell, and in the muscle cells different fibers are arranged, and these fibers are known as myofibrils. Myo word is related to muscles, and these myofibrils having the dark and the light band. So dark band for the myosin protein and light band for the actin protein. So in this case, both the protein, actin and myosin protein, they are arranged parallelly to the longitudinal axis of myofibrils. So the thin filament, these thin filaments are known as thin filament, known as actin protein, and these thick filament are myosin protein. Here one line is present, that line is known as the Z line, and it is present that bisect the thin filament. Suppose these thin filament, these are also present on the other side. So these thin filament, they are bisected by one line, and that line is the Z line. On the other side also there is the line that bisect these thin filament, known as the Z line, and the distance between the one Z line to the another Z line constitute one unit, and that is sarcomere. So the distance between the two Z line, first Z line and the second Z line, that is the functional unit of the myofibril, known as sarcomere. Here you can see the H zone. Firstly, these are the thick filament and these are the myosin protein. So here this myosin protein, it is also covered with actin, but here the region in the center, that is not covered by actin protein, and that zone is H zone. So that is known as the H zone. So I think you understood the A band, the I band, A band, the anisotropic band, I, the isotropic band, actin protein, myosin protein, the Z line, and also the H zone. So that was about the detailed structure of skeletal muscles. So now after this we will discuss the structure of these contractile protein, actin and myosin protein in detail. So I think you understood the structure of skeletal muscles. Thank you.